Willie D Live.
What do you rank that Monique special?
With the dirt, the worst.
It's the worst.
The worst.
Scale of 1 to 10.
It's not even a 1.
Wow.
It's not even a 1. It's not even a 0.0.
Wow.
What would you rate it?
I wouldn't go that low.
Shh.
I wouldn't go that low. I think
Well, let me ask you the best special you ever seen.
the best special I've ever seen.
And I already know what you're going to say.
Well, it could be. I don't know if I can just say it's that, but I would say a few of the best I've seen was Raw, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor's where he did the dog thing.
I already knew you
where he
was
made the
gonna say
dogs
that.
talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they were grown. It wasn't just about numbers. It was groundbreaking in the way they told the stories.
That's what's
And Dave Chappelle's. What was the name of that last special?
Sticks and Stones.
Sticks and ooh man, brilliant,
I thought so too.
brilliant. It's the way. It's not jokes. It's storytelling. It's the way they tell the stories, and it's the way that you make people think of things that they don't normally think of. You know, like
Very good.
Like a lot of people can just get on stage and vent and say somebody is ugly or fat or skinny or anorexic or whatever, and people go ha 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 ha. But the brilliance in a comedian to me is when they can exploit the angle. See, that's angles and it's levels, like you say, it's levels to this shit.
POV.
Yeah,
Have you ever heard of George Carlin?
absolutely.
You ever see him break down the
Brilliant.
theory of God?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
It's like, and this is what you're saying with Dave Chappelle. And I was hard on Dave Chappelle. Because people were calling him a king and the master of, I'm like, what nigga are y'all talking about? Because I remember Dave Chappelle. Very nice guy. And then he came out with Sticks and Stones. I was like, ah! Now that was cold-blooded.
Mm-hmm.
That was cold-blooded. The thing he did on Saturday Night Live when they was all messing with him.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay.
You know the thing about Dave, what I respect so much is I really do understand how hard it is to write comedy, like to actually do comedy. Like I'm talking about a special. I'm not just talking about getting on stage and having a good night. I'm talking about getting on that stage and doing a 1-hour set where you banging it and you giving people a new experience. And
Yes.
Dave has one of the quickest turnarounds I've ever seen, where he's bringing you different concepts, different stories. Like this special, 3-4 months later, bam. When most comedians, I mean, if they do a special, they're gonna run that special. They might do a special every 3, 4, 5 years or something.
No. Dave writes a lot. You got to think, how many specials do you think Richard Pryor had?
Probably 3,
I mean, Eddie Murphy,
about 2,
Bill Cosby.
maybe 3, 4.
1. I mean, then there's the ones he just recently did, but for the ones he did, it was probably just really one. The one, Daddy wants to play a birthday cake. These are masterpieces.
Mm-hmm.
A thesis of your life, of your work. So if you have 18 theses, Chris Rock has really mastered the special. They always go over him, but Chris Rock's a cold man.
What do you think about his last special?
I think it was brilliant because he
Selective outrage.
See, people don't understand. The special was one thing. But what he did is break the bar. Now it's a bar. Can you do it live? Can you do it live?
It is extra points, bro.
What?
That's extra points.
Yes, live. We're doing this live. We're not editing. We're not, oh man, I messed that joke up. He messed the joke up and kept it moving and came back. That's what he did. That's
And
why
the average person didn't even catch it.
Exactly.
But I caught it. It was like three quarters into it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He had a lot on his mind. But it wasn't so much, everybody thought it was about the Will Smith thing. No, he used that to break it live. What are you going to do live with no, what they call it, a net? You know what his net was? I mean, what's that thing in the circus when you
trampoline?
No, if you fall off, you have a safety net.
Safety net. Yeah.
You know what his safety net was? Good night, thank you, goodbye. Because you can mess up the whole time. The whole time. Eddie Murphy's first Raw, Robert Townsend directed, they said it was horrible. It was horrible. He didn't connect with the crowd. He was all fancy. I think Keenan or somebody told him to get his ass, get ready. I think Keenan was like, yo, go in there. And the second one is he went in there and destroyed it.
Robert Townsend directed Raw.
Yeah.
Man, shouts out to Robert Townsend, man.
Fuck Robert Townsend.
Nah, man, that dude is something else, man.
No, Robert, listen,
he's
and Robert.
A beast, man.
Robert and I love Robert. But I love Robert. I learned a lot from Robert. But he disappointed me with a lot of people did with the whole Bill Cosby shit.
Yeah, you were one of the few people that rode for Bill Cosby. Why'd you do that?
Because when Michael Jackson came around, Michael Jackson first, they invited me to the house. Mm-hmm. And I said something silly to the people like, ain't he fucking children? And then I sat back and I was like, that was so disrespectful. Because I saw his mother, I saw his father. And the black, they not going to...
They invited you to Michael Jackson's house?
Chris Tucker was hanging out with Michael Jackson.
Okay.
And Eddie Griffin.
And you said this to who?
It was one of the ladies, hey, Michael Jackson wants you to come to the house. I'm like, shh. Any fucking children?
You said that to her?
Yeah.
Not nobody else?
Nobody else.
Okay.
I'm thinking, I could have. But I remember saying it to Mary Ann, who worked there. And she's like, Faizon, I can't believe you said that. I'm like, you don't see this shit? I was being just like, but then I've been in trouble a lot with the law. And I saw Michael Jackson show up late in pajamas. Ain't nobody guilty show up in pajamas to court late. They will take you right there. Like, come on. We'll figure this out. You will figure this out later, but while you standing behind, right? He got there, he danced on the car. I was like, that don't look like a guilty man. When I get to court and I'm guilty, I'm there 8 hours before. You know what I'm talking about.
I damn sure do.
You talking to people in the hallway? Hey, what's the judge like, y'all? Is the prosecutor, is he cool? He just... in pajamas. Yeah. With all this 15 cases on his shoulders. I said, that man is not guilty. Then he won. I said, I owe him. I owed him a apology. This is all bullshit. That's like, It's all bullshit. Every black man is guilty. Fast forward to Bill Cosby.
Wait a minute. Did you ever get around to apologizing to Mike?
No. You know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But I apologized to I met his brothers who lived around the corner from me, who knew where I lived. We were doing a Tom Joyner cruise, and I opened for them. And we had so much fun, and they treated me like I was one of the brothers. And I was like, there's no way these dudes would let, because they were like real men, like real brothers. Like I bet you that all of them done had hands on Michael Jackson. Like, get your bitch ass over here. I was like, I done socked him up. I know it. Being a brother. You see what I'm saying? I think the world took the Michael Jackson entertainer and thought that was Michael Jackson. It's a total two different people. You see what I'm saying? Michael Jackson is a real black man. That makes sense?
Absolutely.
But there was an entertainer. Here's my monkeys. This is Bill Cosby, same thing. His son was murdered. I was like, wow, they kind of swept that under the cover. No one's ever been murdered over there. It's around the corner from where I used to live. Then this whole thing, but he's raped a woman in 1643. And what? What? During the disco era? The cocaine era? This is what I know. I started investigating. Whenever a woman is raped, they can go to the police, and the police makes the whole body evidence. You become evidence. Your uterus, they do a test, all this tests, they collect samples, all that stuff. Now, all they can do is match it up. But these women didn't call the police. They called an attorney. Years down the line. Years.
Well, their supporters would say they only waited that long because it took that long for them to be brave, become brave enough to come forward. Because Bill Cosby was such a powerful player in Hollywood, they couldn't do it. They just
You can't even say it with a straight face.
I'm just saying, this is what they said.
You can't say it with a straight face.
That was the story.
This happened in the 60s. A black man couldn't even look at a white woman. You ever heard of Emmett Till? And kill him. What was they scared of? I Spy was going to get cut off?
I'll tell you like this, bro. That's why I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it because, you know, there's very few things more defendable to the American judicial system than a white woman's tears.
Right.
And I don't give a fuck how powerful a black man is.
Right.
He don't stand a chance against a white woman's tears.
None.
And so, yeah, they would have brought him down. It didn't matter how big he was. They would have brought him down. And I looked at that like it looked like a money grab to me. And then you have people say, well, everybody can't be lying. Well, remember that little slavery thing?
Woo! I say the same thing.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, everybody could be lying.
Everybody can be lying.
Everybody can be lying,